Yeah, Eagles wear boxing. Y'all know what it is. Oh, yep. We was almost there. Camera's a little bit off, but we got it straight, baby. We got it straightened out. Yep. Feathers looking good. Eagle looking, yeah. There's eagle. What do you expect? What do eagles are supposed to look like, brother? No breaking news, right? Y'all want to hear breaking news? Breaking news this and breaking news that, man. Oh, man. Who cares? Huh. Let's see. Let's see. Let's just check. Let's check out a few things. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Let's check out some things. Let's check out some things that if we care about. Yeah, they still talking about the grinder. She's looking pessimistic at the appeal, but she's hoping for a sentence reduction. I guess that's all you can really ask for. You have to understand going to other places. You got to understand that you are not in the USA. USA, you get in trouble, but other places, there's not going to be the same definition of trouble. Is not our definition. You know what I mean? We have a whole different definition than what other places have. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, sir's not here yet. I don't think so. It's time for me to hate on iPhones again. All I do is get notifications of crap that I have no interest whatsoever. Interest level is at 0. But these people don't really care. They don't care if your interest is at 0 or not. They just hit your phone up. See Ray out there. Yeah, they really just don't give a shit. They just keep sending you messages. Oh, here, there, whatever. Just tired of it. Tired of all day, every day getting the same thing. Messages from people that you don't want messages from. Let me see. Let me check something out real quick. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the crap. And then after that, that's it. I'm going to let it go. So whatever crap y'all got on your mind when it comes to boxing, let it out. Let all the crap out. Then later on we may discuss more than once. But this is Monday, so I'm being generous. I'm being nice on Monday. So I'm going to let everybody talk about the crap. But this ain't going to be one of them things where you can just we going to keep talking about it. Because we're not going to talk about it all day long. No, we just ain't going to talk about it all, for the whole show. We're not going to just sit there and talk about it. Forget it. I just want to get it out there, whatever. And I don't know. I'm going to block you. Or I'm going to erase your ass. You're not going to be a mod in here. If we stay on it too long and if you start getting all defensive and shit. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm talking about too. I just don't want to be the first one to bring this. I don't want to be the first one to bring the topic up. I don't want to be first. But I'm allowing the forum today so we can talk about it. Then we'll talk about these fights coming up. I'm going to look at Silva, man. Silva. Oh, shit. Jake Paul thinks he's going to knock Silva out. Silva got some tricks for him. everybody is not going to just lay down and or just let you hit him with an overhand. That's what he's. I don't know. This boy, he done lost his mind. He think that so everybody's gonna let him hit him with an overhand. Oh, let me put my gloves down and let me take a. Can you throw a hard overhand at me and take me out, please? Boxing is not what about Bob, okay? That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And if you've never seen the movie, then I suggest you just gotta go back and watch it. If you've never seen What About Bob, that's one of my classics, man. People tell you I watched that, and it's not because it's the best movie. It's just funny. It's actually silly. I like silly stuff sometimes. And so you guys can bring up only thing you can bring up on the outside. You can bring up Herschel Walker. Uh, but as far as everything else, no. Everything else you got to keep. Everything else you got to keep boxing for the most part. Uh, you know, for the most part, we'll say for the most part. And I'm not into Ye, so don't. I mean, you bring him up, y'all can discuss Ye. I'm just not going to discuss him. You say, is Canelo's first win really a win for him? His first win after getting his ass whooped? It is if he goes back and beats Bivol. Like, I mean, not Bivol, but if he goes back and beats um, the guy that whipped his ass. It was Bivol, right? It was, yeah, Bivol, yeah. If he goes back and beat Bivol, then it's a win. He fought Canelo. Yeah, he come back and fought Canelo. So we can all look at it, and we can see that Canelo. I mean, Triple G is Triple G's just old. He's just getting payday. He's just a tough character though. Ain't nobody. I don't think he ever even been down. Right? Ain't nobody knocking him down or beating him up or nothing like that. Well, Canelo sat there. I don't know. Canelo. It takes a lot more for him. He got to fight. He gonna have to fight Benavidez or something. He got to do something. He has to do. He has to fight a better opponent. He just can't keep, avoiding everybody and just acting like, oh, I'm Canelo. I do what I want to. What's up? I ain't fighting no Mexicans. And he got to stop that bullshit for one thing. Yeah, that's one thing he has to stop. I've been looking at these flip phones, man. I might get me another flip phone. That's old school. But shit, they got new ones now. But I want that big fold-out phone that shit's half the size of a laptop screen. Because I'm always playing the Epic on there. But I just can't pay that money for Epic. This Epic game I always play on there. I just can't pay the money for it. I paid a little bit, but I can't keep paying money for it though. Just to advance. Because you have to build your characters up to a certain level in order to continue. Because if you try to win against somebody and your characters are low, that just kill them. And you'll just keep rematching and keep getting killed. Just like, damn, I'm tired of getting wasted. So you got to build it up. I don't even know. Let me see. It's just called Epic. I thought Epic was like the brand though. And it tricked me in the first place. Because first it was about protecting yourself from killer bees. That's what it was at first. Protect yourself from these killer bees, and now it's like it turned into something completely different. You feel it was more of a win for Triple G? Yeah. Well, a lot of people say Canelo. Well, people act like Canelo really whitewashed him. It's a win for Triple G because Triple G's old and just he don't have the skills. He don't have the skills anymore. Oh, Galaxy Z Fold. Ultra 22. I'm not buying no more games for a while. I got to pay bills off. my ass is broke. So this one, it's called Epic Heroes. Ultra 22. I ain't worried about no camera. Shit, I got I got camera. I got too many cameras. And plus on phones, I think the Google got the best camera, and then this one. Shit, I don't. This one got more. It got more cameras on it than. And you program. I think you can. You program each one of these cameras. This one got 4 cameras on it. That's 4 cameras in there. One small, and then plus the one in the front. And plus phones have a hidden camera anyway. They have a hidden one in front, so they can record your ass all day. But I have to wait before I get it. But that's what. So this is how they trick you. I'm gonna show you how they tricked you on this. I'm gonna try to go to an easier puzzle. So if I go to an easy puzzle, I might be able to. I don't want to jack up and go to a tough puzzle that I can't remember how to figure it out. Okay, so oh shit, I might not even be able to do this one. Now I can get. Now I did your homework. No, you ain't do my homework for me. You said it was 108 megapixel, 40 megapixel front facing. Nah, this even this got this one has that. This one is. This one is. You said okay, 100. Okay, so one of these is 100. Oh, okay, so I messed up. I just lost on this game. But this is this is 48 megapixels. And another one is 6 something, 1.6 something else. They call it a quad pixel, not just megapixel. It's called quad pixel. But yeah, this is a good one. Okay, but let me go back. So anyway, this one. So this is the game I was tricked into getting right here. So this is what I thought it was. So you got to protect those. Once you put your protection up, you see that's the beehives up there. So once you put your protection up to try to protect these 2 guys, then the bees come down. And so I'm going to see. So I'm going to circle this one. And you get like 10 seconds. See, I circled them. And the bees are bouncing off. They can't get in. So that means I won on that one. So that's how the game starts off. That's how they trick you into playing the game. And then it turns into Epic Heroes. It turns into a war game after that. And once it turns into a war game, then that's that ass then. Because of course, it's a setup because they know that if you feel like you can protect something, they say, well, you must feel like you can fight too, that you can war. And so they put you in that war situation. And of course you're not. Of course you're not going to just quit. Of course you're stubborn because they know you. They programmed your ass because if you picked that game in the first place, now you program to use that game. And so that's how they got me. Because it switches back and forth. It used to switch when you're low in the game. It switches back and forth to make you feel like, okay, I just finished. I'll do these puzzles on this side, protect the bear from getting or fox, whatever it is, from getting stung, and then once I finish these puzzles, I'll go back to the war game. And so for a while you go back and forth, and then it gets to a hard level. Once they get you addicted, it's a smart setup. So once they get you addicted, once you get addicted to playing the game. Now it's all Epic Heroes only. That's all. And now you're all mad. You like, because you went through a few stages. Oh, yeah, I can beat this. And then you're playing up against, like, you're starting off, you're like level 40. Because it doesn't take that much to get up to like level 40. So they start you off high. Like you're level 40. You're like, oh shit, I'm level 40. But you're fighting up against monsters that's level 200, 300 and something. And plus they got all kinds of attributes and they just waste you. It's like, oh shit. The only persons you can win, like if you fight against somebody who's your level or lower, then you'll win. But you got too many monsters and shit to try to fight through at that lower level, and you just ain't going nowhere. Okay, you said 8K video in 26 frames. Yeah, yeah. I don't even worry about that. I got a videographer when he shows up. So that's another thing I got to get. I have to do. I have to get my commercial done. I still haven't got that done. I got to get me a shipment. I got to get these clothes. I got to get my brand moving. So when that happens, then I can relax. When I start getting like a couple of hundred orders a day, then I can relax. I can let somebody else take over that part. I can just forward the work to somebody else, and then I can get a design team. You know, at least one other artist, and then get another, and then after that, then I can just build from there. But right now, I'm just gonna do my soul thing. Yeah. Oh, those bees be lumping his head up. You laughing, but those bees be lumping that little fox's head all up. His head. If he loses his head, he just rolls over. His head be all swollen up. I'm like, right. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, it's worth getting it. You can get it, but the thing is, if you like war games, you're gonna get. The thing is, you're gonna get anxious. You know, because you're gonna like, damn, how come I can't? I need to be a level 80. You know, and then you're gonna think you're cool, like level 80. Okay, I'm good. I'm winning all these. You know, I'm getting through these rounds. But some of the rounds you got, like the round I'm on now, I have to be at least probably a level 1. The guys that I have to be like either 180 plus. They either have to be 180 and have a whole lot of strong attributes, like strong weapons, or they have to be higher, like 200, 240. And so everything from here on, everything's going to have to be high. On every level that I'm working, it has different sections that you can play. You can play over here, there. You can play different places. And you're going to lose the majority of anywhere you play, because you're going up against different foes, you're going up against different enemies and different armies. So once you go up against a group of, like a army, on anywhere you go, like if you're trying to get gifts, you're going to lose if you're too low. But there's a way, because you have to switch them up, because there's a way that they fight too. If you switch your characters up, you can win, but you just be like squeaking by. And I can win, but I like to have perfect scores. So you can win and you get 1 star, and I don't want to get 1 star. You maximum of 3 stars, and I'm trying to go through all the rounds getting 3 stars no matter what. I got to get my 3 stars. If I don't get 3 stars, that means I'm not strong enough. So I got to get all my characters up, and if I don't get my characters up, I might as well just forget it. Shit, I can play. I'll show you guys. Because there's a level I can play. I know getting well that I'll lose right away. But it's kind of sad. But I'm not spending, and they make it seem like you're getting a discount when they're charging you $49 or $99. It's like, oh, that's a big discount. It's like, how in the hell is this a big discount? They're making it seem like you're getting a huge discount. You know, you saving. They'll say something stupid like 1,500%. You're not saving no 1,500%. I'm just going to pick something where I know I'm going to get wasted. Because some of the stuff I can win, but a lot of this shit I can't win. Like, for instance, I'm going to do time travel. And so I'll take out all my... And see, and I got one guy that's 200, the rest of them is 160. But I can still win. So I'm not even going to put those, I'm going to put all these other characters in here. And I doubt if I win with these guys. I'm just going to pick some random people. And so there's my verses, yeah. On the 2,000 markup. Yeah, but they full of shit though. They're just lying when they act like you're saving. I'll show you the screen. Look. So that's me at the bottom. I don't know. Set it there. So I'm gonna get wasted. Watch. Because I didn't pick my best characters Chance I can still win. But that's me at the bottom, right? That's my guys at the bottom. They about to get wasted already. I don't know if you can hear the sound. That's my characters. See, my characters at the bottom. I mean, I like the game a lot, but look, I got wasted. Look, I got one more. See, over with. See that? It says defeat. I got wasted quick. But I can put some characters on to beat this one. But I know I can't go too far though. I can't go too far. It's like I got like maybe 5 more wins with the characters that I have now. I got like maybe 5 more wins in me. And I don't want to waste them going through there because I don't need to, because the gifts I'm going to win over there, all the gifts I can win over there, I can get those free once a day. You know, once a day I can get all those on what they call a sweep, which is that right there, in which I just collected. So that just helps you build your characters once you have them. But see, it's so many different things on there. They got champion. They got Last Land. You can go over there and play. You can play at Star Trek. Which that Star Trek is I think once every couple of days. That's fun because they'll give you some characters to play. You'll still get wasted, but at least you get to revive. But you're gonna have to pay for that. And once you run out of the little revival things, you're gonna have to pay for that. So they got that. Star Trek is probably that's probably the most fun because they got the Hell Realm and stuff, and then they got the Arena. This is only one screen though, so the Arena, Galaxy, that's where we just came from. They got Time Travel, Expedition, Cyber Bar. Another one, they got the Shopping Mall, the Lab of Awakening. That's where you wake them up. They got Homeworld. None of us is fighting. Recycle Station, Heroes Cup. So none of those. So that's a screen where you can build your characters up. Shit, I can't build nothing. My characters suck. I'm just mad because I don't want to spend all that bread. That's my whole thing. I'm just mad about that. Just don't want to spend all that bread. Like, shit, I need my money. I need my money more in the hog. More in the hog love slop. Yeah, because it's fun because it's a strategy game. That's what makes it fun, because it's strategy. So it's fun, you know, because strategy, that's what makes it fun. And so you're using your brain. It's almost like a chess game. You know, you're using your brain like, okay, I know I can strategize. But you got to read, though. You got to figure out, you know, what characters you can play against other characters. Because some of them you can't play against each other. Almost like that Pokemon stuff or whatever. You can't play certain characters against, because they'll defend everything you do. You're not even realizing it. But everything that you do, they'll defend. But that shit's addicting though. Cause you got gods on there. You got So let me see. Here's the categories. Let me see. So you got what they call dark side. So you got the dark side people. The dark characters. Most of my characters are dark for some reason. You got the Superman characters, but a lot of them suck. To be honest, they really do. The Supermans, they actually suck. You got one, and then you got the technology. Technology is probably the biggest category. Then you got, which I hardly have any. You got nature, which I need more nature. I got I got 3, but they're not really built up. And then you got universe. The universe characters, the ones that I have right now, they all suck. And then you got the God characters. And actually, the God characters suck. That's kind of sad that the God characters suck. Yeah, the God characters suck. It's like, really? Yeah. But it's still fun though, because you can put it, you could just, so you don't have to sit there and just, there's no, what I like about it, it's not a bunch of buttons you got to be pushing. It's more like you set it up, and then you let them fight. The coolest thing about the whole game is that you could win. You know what I mean? You could win with the same group of people by just arranging them differently. Depends on who's on top of you. You're like, okay, so this guy's on top. Let me match him up with them, and you just match it up. But then after a while, like sometimes you'll just get wiped out. You be like, how did I get wiped out? And then you just make one change and you win. You're like, how in the hell I win? So it's one of those things you still got to figure it out. Because I'm still not familiar, with who kills who. When the hell Derek in there? Derek, where you at? Y'all know, getting damn well this is Monday. My title scared everybody away, so they don't want to come in. It scared them. Because I told them they can talk about it for, what I say? I think I said you can talk about it for a while. 5 minutes of what up? Okay, and then, I forgot. I kind of spelled it wrong. What up? Let me change it. It's supposed to be then neck. Then that's that ass afterwards. So I'll let you talk about it. We'll talk about it for a little while. And then after that, okay, now we got it. Yeah, so now it should be right. All right. So it looks like it's still a go, so we good. Yeah, I just reset it, so we'll check it out. Yeah, and then it's neck after that, but you guys can talk about it. I've been waiting for you guys for a little while, almost 30 minutes, or more than 30 minutes, that y'all didn't want to talk about it, because I know you guys want to keep bringing up the fight and stuff, and I just don't want to be the first. I don't want to be the first one that's going to say it. I just don't want to be. Just don't want to be first. Because I know everybody's mad. Everybody's going to try to blame one side or another. So that's why I want you guys to get that shit out your system. Blame whoever you got to blame, whoever's fault it is, why we didn't get the fight or why we not getting the fight or whatever. All I know is somebody's stupid. I'm not even going to mention who. Because I'm quite sure I know out of these fighters who's actually making the money. But I will bring that up. I will bring up I don't know, so don't ask me about no sources or nothing like that. I'm mentioning stuff that I seen online. And I just seen like the topic or whatever. I just seen, I guess, well, we're going to say the Tank uses tweets. And I don't know if, because I'm not on Twitter. But they said he uses tweets. So if he's saying he's not going to be with the PBC, something like that. It's supposed to be leaving PBC, Showtime, whatever, supposed to be leaving. That has yet to be seen because I don't think he's going to want to get rid of his money like that. That's all I'm saying. I don't think he's going to be wanting to get rid of money. But then again, I told y'all I never do. I'm not a trusting person like that. So I don't know if I trust. I don't know if I trust Mayweather like that, y'all. I don't know. I don't know if I trust him like that. Y'all can go like this, go like this, and see. Let me see. Do I trust Mayweather? I don't know. I don't know, because it's kind of, if I think about it, it's kind of ironic that at one point, and I believe it was Jim Gray, I think it was Jim Gray, he was like, he said, "You sure you won't be back, Mayweather?" He said, you know how you love money. That's funny. How the white man tell you that you look like you, or you love money. I didn't invent money. What do you mean I love money? I mean, yeah, we got to love. I mean, we love. Me and money got a love-hate relationship. You know, I would love to have money. I would love to. It'd be nice to have more money, you know, but I don't know. But the way he said it. You know, a lot of times we got to look at stuff. When people say stuff, you got to look at it in a different. I don't look at it with your regular observation sometimes. Sometimes you got to read back into it, like, oh shit, I better read back into this, because he said that, oh, he loves his money, so he loves it. But what is he saying? Is he talking about for this fight, the last fight, he loves his money, or he just, in general, just somebody who just loves money? Like, oh, I got to have that. You got to have that money. So then that will actually lead you to an understanding a little bit more. There we go. We just go up a little bit. That leads you to an understanding of what a person's personality is really like. Because people do some scandalous type of stuff. I was in the store. I think yesterday I was in the store, and my friend works there, and she said, "Oh, you just missed it." A guy came in the store, grabbed one of those little, like they have the shopping handbasket. He grabbed the shopping handbasket. He went to one side of the store to where the freezers are, and so they're against the side. So he walks. It takes whatever he wants to out the freezer, walks right around to like the wine and beer section, and fills the basket up, and just walks outside. He's on his way outside. But they caught him and got the stuff. He said, you won't believe his excuse. I'll wait for somebody to put down. What do you think his excuse was? I just want to see how brilliant you guys are. What do you think his excuse was for taking this stuff out the store? And it's not the obvious that you think. It's not that. It's not the obvious what you think about. It's not that. Yeah, that's what it's not. Because I know some things that can come to mind like right away. Yeah, I know some things that can come to mind. I'm broke, stuff like that. My kid's hungry, those type of things. But no. So if you say one of those, no, you're wrong. But if you can think about what he said, then you get 5 Eagles Web points. But you got to remember that you got the 5 Eagles Web points. I don't have to write it down. You get 5 Eagles Web points, and that goes towards one of our trivias or something like that. We're going to start having trivia smashed down. We're going to start having like this little trivia, like quick trivias. 5 questions. Something like that. We have 5 no tie. And then we'll go to, of course we got to, if there's some kind of a tie. We got to go. You got to go tiebreaker. But so we'll do it like that. We got so many things that we need to do. We don't get around to do it. But give me those thumbs up when you come up in here. I would appreciate that. If anybody was listening, just tell me the story. I'll tell you the story. So I'll say it one more again. Say it one more time. So what happens is this guy goes to the store that my friend works at, grabs one of the little hand basket, not the cart, but he grabs the hand basket, goes to the right side of the store, starts all on the right side, over to the right, goes to the freezers and stuff, fills his little basket up, goes around, which turns into the wine section and all that, fills it up. Attempts to leave the store, but they got him. But do you or can you write down, or what do you think his excuse was? Does anybody, if you can think of what kind of excuse you think he had? I mean, what kind of excuse can you have? But what kind of excuse you think he actually had? So that's the question. What excuse did somebody have for filling up their basket and leaving a store? Or not even an excuse. Well, you could put excuse. I'll put it this way. What do you think his response was? His response was so stupid. But let's get back to the Tank and Mayweather. It's not a good look to get Tank out of off PBC, off Showtime. That's not a good look. What's he gonna do? All he's gonna do is do Fox now, all pay-per-view. They're the same company, right? Fox. Is he going over to? I know Eddie Hearns would go crazy if he went over there, huh? Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice though. But that would be saving like Eddie Hearn right there. If he goes over there, goes over the dozen. But this is what he said on, I guess, now you guys know I don't follow these channels, but looks like he said this on Aki. This looks like it's a quote. He said, I need to take my talent somewhere else. Yeah. And that's kind of crazy because I remember Tank was always praising. He's always praising Al Heyman, always praising Mayweather. But now he's saying, I need to take my talent elsewhere. Yeah. Now this one, I had no idea about this one. I don't know if this one is true or not, but I don't know. Was this an actual fight? Berto versus Endu. Say he's a bodybuilder or whatever. I don't know. Was they really fighting? Okay. Okay, I think it was just. Okay, I think they was just messing around. But that guy's getting that Endu, he's getting some steam going and stuff. He's funny, man. If you guys don't know who he is, man, he cracks me up. He always does some kind of different parodies or something. He be doing some wild stuff on his when he does his clip. You ever see him? He walk like this. He swing both arms at the same time. Walks all hunched over. But he's huge, man. He got his trap stick all the way up to his ears, man. He a big dude. He a big dude, man. He be cracking me up though. He cracks me up. Yeah. Yeah, but he's way bigger than Berto. I guess they was just they was just messing around. There wasn't no real fight or nothing like that. But that would have been funny. I mean, I don't know. I still have to go with Berto, even though this dude is big. I still got to go with. I still have to go with Berto. Yeah, you don't choose against professional fighters, yeah. But that dude is funny, man. So you guys watch Endo, Endo, and not like to smoke. Not that Endo, but Endo, yeah. N and then D-O and Endo. Y'all, once y'all see him, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all will be cracking up. But that's stupid. Endo be walking out. You see Endo be walking like this. His shoulders all up here. He be walking like this. I see my brother Sir Flame finally came. He came up in the house. Come in already crying and laughing. Yep. See Ray. I've been in here messing with Ray. But yeah, I was just telling a story, man, that my friend work at this store, right? It's a grocery store. So somebody comes in with, and they go straight to the basket. Yeah, I'm talking about Andre Berto, yeah. So somebody comes in, I'll get back to that, but somebody comes in and they grab one of those little hand baskets, ones, not the cart, but the hand basket. They go to the right side of the store, which that's where the freezers are, and they start filling it. They fill it up, and then they go past the wine section, and they fill it up, and then they just walk out the store, and they think they getting away. They didn't get away, but they just walked out the store. But you don't, you would never guess what their response was. Just write something down. What do you think their response was? Where they just grabbed all that stuff and left? But anyway, Sir Flame said, salute to Eagles West, salute to the chat, and he said, as always, he said, jab that like button on your neck. He said, don't get neck in Eagles way of boxing. He got the fire up good with that 100 in the glove. Of course, we always finish off with these things, just in case you don't know. I've been working on that. I've been working on that one today. I haven't used that in a long time, but I've been working on that. And then you shoot in that elbow, and you come back down that way. But that's not always a good move, because you leave. A lot of times when you throw it, so you throw it like that. You throw it like that, and then you come back like that. A lot of times when you throw that, you're kind of open. I guess a sucker you can get off. You probably can get all that stuff off. You don't get. It's not even. It's not even very gracious to fight a sucker. It's not. It's kind of fun because you don't really waste your real energy, and your anger is not really there. You know what I mean? Because you're fighting a sucker, so your energy, your anger is not really there. So you're like, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, wrote that up. Anyway, Sir Flame up in here. Salute to Ray Robinson. He's crying, laughing. You talking about? Yeah. Andre Berto. Oh my goodness! Look at D to the Bailey come in here. Were you on time? Usually you come in talking shit, but now you come in talking about was I on time? Oh no, you don't get no. Yeah, you're right. Sir Flame says you don't get no points on the sucker. No, you don't get no. You don't really get. It's because you know what, you don't get no points because your system is like more or less. It's not even a reset. Your system is more or less like the same. If you fight a sucker, your system is just the same when you fight a sucker. It's just the same. It's not. There's no resetting. You ain't really. I mean. You can act like you huffing and puffing and shit, but everybody know that's fake smoke. Yeah. You can do all the voice shit, but he a sucker, so you ain't even got to. Like Sir said, you don't get no points for that shit. You don't. You ain't get your rep points is low. Now, I'm gonna tell you the only way that you get points on the sucker. Well. because it's not impossible to get points on a sucker. Now, the way you get points on a sucker is, and this is bad. These are bad points. All money ain't good money, Derek Bailey. The only time you get points on a sucker is if, you know, there's a girl that was involved that was all over you. You know, that she thought you was, you know, she didn't know. See, because she didn't know he was a sucker. And so the impression that you put for her, that gave you hero points. You got all kinds of points with her. But everybody else know, oh, this. But then once she finds out, she going to be, oh, he was just a bum. You know what I mean? But that's later on. But you already probably accomplished what you needed to accomplish because you looked like the hero status to her. Yeah. Okay, so one more time. Sorry for it, but boy, oh boy, when the sucker beats you, oh, you lose. He said left. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that part right there, Sir Flame. Sir Flame said, but if you lose, he said, oh, boy. Your status, God dang. If you think about it, if you had a meter on that shit. Sir Flame, if you had a meter, like more than 1 meter, they was all on 100, right? You know, gangster status, y'all 100. You know what I mean? All the statuses, badass status, you know, rep, you know, like neighborhood rep, you know, community rep, state rep, you know, nationwide rep, all on the 100. All these hundreds, man, your meter would drop down so quick. Woo-wee. God dang. And old sucker would go up. Everybody be thinking about something, but then he end up losing to somebody that you beat a bunch of times. God dang. But he right though. He said your shit goes. He said, but if you lose, just don't lose. But anyway, so this is the part of the story. This is a part of the story that's crazy right here. Is that when the dude went to the store, and you know, filled up his basket and was about to leave the store, you know, without paying. You know what he said? You cannot. This is better than. This is not even fantasy. This is some shit. This is a genius response. You know what he said? He said he was taking the stuff to the car and then he was going to pay for it. Now figure that one out. And that's some brilliant shit in a sense. That's some mind trick. That's mind tricks type of stuff. Oh, I was just putting this in the car and then I was going to, you know, I'm going to come out, I'm going to pay. But right away, you know, it hit me right away when she told me that. I said, wait, hold up now. I said, how is he going to take it to the car when you haven't rang nothing up? You don't even know what he got. What, he going to just come back and report what he got? Like, let me go back and tell them what I got up out of here. But you guys see, if you look at the title, it says Monday, 5 minutes of what up, then it's neck time. So it's like, I was going to let y'all talk about it. If whatever y'all want to talk about, y'all can talk about it. And then after that, it's off limits. You can't talk about it no more. You know what I mean? You can't talk about it no more. But we could talk about it at first, but then after that, I don't want to talk about it. Because what's going to happen is everybody's going to take their sides. I'm not going to take either side. I don't really give a damn. But bringing it up without bringing it up. Let me just ask. I'm going to ask a simple question. This is a simple question here. In the welterweight division, okay, now this is not necessarily a fact that you know, but in the welterweight division, which welterweight more than likely is making the most dollars? More than likely, in the welterweight division, who's making the most money as a welterweight? And I know you guys, and I don't care what they're getting paid. I know. I'm just asking you a simple question. Don't get all sensitive. Don't turn into a sucker because you ain't going to beat me as a sucker. I couldn't live that shit down. Sir Flame be right there with the notepad. After that, Sir Flame sitting there with taking notes. Oh, Eagle. Ooh, Eagle. Eagle took an uppercut. Oh, God dang. Right hand, left hand. God dang, Eagle. God, Eagle. One. Eagle, get up. Eagles down. Look at his feathers flopping on one side. Oh well. His feathers. Said, oh hell, eagle. Eagle. Like no eagle. So, and there's a point to be made. The reason I'm asking that question, yeah, there's a point to be made. The reason I'm asking that question is for a reason. It's not for a not reason. It's for a reason. Yeah. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah. And Derek Bailey came back. He says Spence. In my estimation, that Derek Bailey it could be correct with that answer, because that's more or less that's the answer that I have. So for me, it would make more sense for somebody other than Spence to try to calculate how much money they gonna get, because Spence getting paid. Simple as that. People don't understand that, Derek. That don't you? He got backing already. He got big names already behind him. He can't. He's not gonna be able to name nobody. Just like Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder said he already taken care of. Don't worry about him. Deontay Wilder makes more money than what people think he's making. He already set. He said he's set outside of boxing. He already set. But Spence got endorsements and stuff. He got people backing him. He's a big state, man. It's not like Nebraska is not a big state. And I didn't mention the person there. I just mentioned the state. It just happened to be close. So Oklahoma, that's not a big state. You got a lot of states. Iowa, that's not a big state. Idaho, that's not a big state. But Texas is a big state. And when you got champions behind you, in different sports, you got champions behind Earl in different sports: football, basketball, retired people. You got so many people behind, Earl Spence. So like I said, I didn't want to be the one that brought it up, but if we look at it, to me, it's gonna seem like that it was some kind of bullshit on somebody else's part rather than being on Earl's part when it comes to not fighting. I think it's more of an envious type of thing, but you still ain't gonna get paid. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it out there like this, and I'm not calculating nobody's money. Bud will never get paid, no matter who he beat. Bud, this ain't gonna get paid because they expect Bud to win, and he's just not. He just doesn't have that. He don't have the outside the ring showmanship to get paid. I'm sorry. Because what happened is you got labeled pound for pound. You just, label, boom. And so once we labeled you pound for pound, like I said, I'm not going to stay on this subject. But once we labeled you pound for pound, that was your payment. Nah, we're not going to put Earl at number one. Because we can see, now just listen to me. We can see that he's hungry and he's a fighter. He's going to fight. He's going to entertain. He's going to put butts in seats. We're going to put you at pound for pound. Just let you talk and you just be pound for pound. But you're not going to be money for money. You just pound for pound. When Canelo was pound for pound, he was money for money and pound for pound. But guess what? He was somebody that we manufactured. You just came along and just jumped up on the pound for pound. We just threw you in there because we knew the happiness on pound for pound See, what I'm saying is stop getting so excited about just being labeled as something like a pound for pound. Don't get excited about that. Get excited about being in prize fighting and actually, getting your prize. Don't just be in prize fighting and then you ain't getting no prize. You know what I mean? Like I'm in prize fighting, but I don't get no prize. You better get you a prize too. You in prize fighting. It only makes sense. But Derek said exactly. He said Spence put in the work. Yeah. Some fighters work and they are exciting. They're going to make money. I'm going to be honest with you. I do not think you make as much money as Tank does. I don't. And Tank is a lighter weight fighter. But just to be pound for pound, I salute to Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and more. He says salute brother at Eagles Web. Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned you was just doing, I think you came in, I mentioned it last time you came in, yeah, when you was doing Hawk versus Arguello, yeah. I appreciated seeing that. And yeah, I don't even get the chance to see because I work later, so I don't hardly get to see stuff, but that was good to watch that. But some of these fighters, what's happening is what we got to understand is we're in, and I keep saying this over and over again, that we're in right now with the sports, you're in the entertainment business now. So if you're in the entertainment business, then you got to entertain. I mean, your fight can't be boring and then you just win, you're spectacular, you win, but it was just kind of boring. It wasn't, you were losing and all that and you came back, but it's just like, but you didn't come back with like a devastating KO or something. People quit. It's like, oh, they just quit. I mean, it doesn't work the same way. They call nail biters and stuff like that. A nail biter is when it's close. You got 1 or 2 rounds left, and then some big heavyweight just comes out of nowhere and puts somebody into the earth. And if you say that's what I came to see, because that's what you see everybody jumping up. I'm gonna tell you, like some of you fighters, you win. People get excited when they see a knockdown, ooh, and then you win or the ref waves it off. They get excited for a little bit, but then that's it. But then you got somebody like Wilder who's not exactly, spectacular when it comes to boxing. But when he gets a knockout, everybody just stands up for a long time, like, God, and you can't stop discussing it for a while. Even this last knockout, you can't stop discussing that. Because it's like, God dang, are you serious? And they don't let you stop because even the camera, like I said, the cameraman standing up over you with that big ass camera right up over you, and your eyes is rolling, you drooling, and your mouthpiece is stuck in your mouth. They got to pull your mouthpiece out, and you just sitting there, oh, you don't know where you're at. You in la 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 land. You don't know where you're at. But that is what you call entertainment value. Besides entertainers like the Paul brothers just getting into boxing, they taking fan base with them. If you don't have that kind of fan base, then you just ain't going to have that. You're not going to get that kind of money. No matter what kind of mouthpiecing you're doing. Just like the 130-pound Gary Russell. Does a lot of good talking, but he's just not going to get the money. Just shut up and shoot. In other words, in boxing, shut up and get your ass out there and fight. Get out there and fight. Make it spectacular. See, that's why Tank gets the money, because he could be getting outboxed a little bit. And people say, oh, such and such hurt him, he's getting outboxed. And then he'll put somebody to sleep. And when he put you to sleep, he put your ass nighty-night. Ain't nobody throwing in towels. Out of all his knockouts, it might have been maybe 2 towels thrown in. 2, maybe 3. What the ref, the one, I forget. Remember the guy, he threw like about 6 uppercuts? And the ref said, oh, hell no. The ref was like, oh, damn. The female ref ran over like, oh, no, that's enough, son. I mean, you're still alive, but you can't just keep taking uppercuts. Because he was just standing on the rope, just taking uppercuts. Like, I'm like, God dang, ref, get your ass up over there. That's almost as bad as the Tommy Morrison versus Ray Mercer, where, yeah, where your boy, the commissioner, was about to get in the ring. He was like, no. He was like, hell no, man, that's too much, man. You about to get us sued. And they did get sued, not on that fight. But that could have been, if his camp would have been smart enough, that was a lawsuit right there too, though. They could have got paid for that. But Derek said, all in all, he said Aram wasn't lying and just shitting in on Bud. Bud is a bad businessman, no business. Yeah. Just know, I have put into people's hands thousands of. You guys put up a one if you can hear me, because it looked like the stream shut down for a second. So put up a one if you guys can still hear me. I'll wait for y'all. Wait till I see a one first, then I can carry on. But yeah, bad. Definitely bad on. I mean, definitely bad business. Okay. Bruce puts up a 2. Bruce, put that damn pipe down. All right, so put the Bruce. Okay, Bruce, 111. Okay, so Bruce came back. Yeah. So I've actually had, even within myself, man, I had trouble with like different vehicles. Man, there's so many people in my. I can name at least 4 or 5 people in my family who has benefited from using vehicles, because of me. And it's not always a good situation, I'm not a car salesperson or nothing like that. I don't have cars like that. So shit, I had to go get a couple of cars. Matter of fact, I had to get 3 cars at one point. I had to get 3 cars from people. Like, wow. Even when I sell a car, if something happens to it, it comes back to my name. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't have nothing to do with that. The transfer of ownership, that's somebody else. You know what I mean? Oh, Bruce laughing. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah. Bruce funny. Bruce said, "Yeah, you right, Eagle. I had the pipe. I had my Wheezy going. Bruce is on that Wheezy. Yeah, but Derek right back with it. Okay, so Derek said, same thing that Aram said. Spence Camp is saying, yeah. Let me see. It's so simple though. Like I said, I only wanted to stay on this for a little while, but it's so simple. Can anybody just figure this out? It's real simple. I said everything I could say in order for us to understand why shit like this happens. It's like, so if you look at it like this, you never had it, you never will. Do you see what I mean? That's the syndrome, is you never had it. Now, I said that to say this. You can, but you never had it, you never will. But you can. So how do I turn myself into the can man, the real can man, not the AB can man? How do I turn myself into the real can man? Because AB could have had it. He started to have it, but now he never will. Why? Because you started off as the can man. You was telling everybody can. That was good. Okay, can. Now guess what? Can would have sold you to the public. But you put a, what they call it? Is it apostrophe? Apostrophe, and you put a T at the end of the can. And you screwed your whole career up. Once you put that CAN apostrophe T at the end, now everybody knows that's cannot. Now you can and not at the same time. Now you can, but not at the same damn time. So what I'm saying is you can, but you got to put yourself in position to where you can. He's not seeing the picture, man. I don't understand. How could you see there's somebody so glorified? Look in the past. You know exactly what happened? May he rest in glory too, though. is Marvin Hagler is the prime example. Is sometimes your persona and everything is just not. It's what the public wants, but it's not what the powers that have all the money that they want. They don't want that sometimes. Hagler was a monster. God dang, it was a monster. Deserved to have more money than Sugar Ray Leonard, in my estimation, or Tommy Hearns, because of what he was doing at middleweight. He was getting into wars. I mean, he was in bloody like wars. Every fight was like a war. Like, God, wars. What should have cemented him, but he needed Ray, just like somebody needs Bud. I mean, Bud needs Spence. But listen to what I'm saying about Hagler. Hagler, it flipped, but he still wasn't really getting the money that he needed to get, even though it flipped. Well, Sugar Ray got him paid good, but I'm gonna tell you who he should have got paid good for after he fought. He should have got paid, if this country gave a damn, he should have got paid right after he fought. Mentor is when his paycheck should have been 2 more zeros added to his paycheck after he fought Mentor. Because he rode America on his back, and that's what athletes do in boxing, is they ride Americans on their back when they do certain stuff. He rode Americans on his back when he went over there and he got the blasphemous statements and the racist and evil statements that Mentor made to his countrymen over there, that I'll never let a black man can't beat me. I've actually had that happen when I was overseas at one point. And one of my guys, got wind. We was having like a inter-country festival, and some guy told, he was just saying in front of us, he said there's not 5 black guys can beat him. And so my little shorty, used to call him something, used to call him Mighty Mouth, little mighty man. I'll just say it like that because I don't want no trouble still. He's short too, thick, little weightlifter. Heard him say that. I said, man, let him go. I said, he's been drinking a little bit. And my boy went over there and put the things on him. He put them things on him, and then he ended up getting arrested, and I had to get his ass out of jail. Just saying that when a country's riding with you, that's, and I don't know whether to blame complete management, Petronelli's or whatever, but those Petronelli's actually took care of Marvin Hagler. They loved him. I think he was like family to them. I think he even took Marvin overseas. But at some point, somebody should have stepped in, and that's where all the protests and all kinds of shit should have been talked. And they should have played that shit up. Me and Sir Flame would have played that shit up. Me and Derek would have played that shit up. We'd have played off that card that they don't want you to play off. We'd have played off that shit and got paid. And I'm sorry, that's what you have to do. And the reason you're not getting paid is because you don't have nothing to play off of. Because you're already pound for pound. So what you going to play off of now? Because you're pound for pound, but you ain't no boogeyman and you ain't scaring nobody. Everybody still want to fight you. Okay, so you took a shot to the foot with your own pistol on that one. Just saying. Derek Petty got the big facts down there. He said facts. But that's what it is, Derek. That's what it is, brother. If you think about it, there's always has to be, I don't like to use this A and B, but there's A and B. There's very rarely you get A and A. A side versus A side. Your A side doesn't mean pound for pound. You can't take that as an A side. Your endorsements and your backing and shit, that's your A side. Your public appeal and all that, that goes with it. But sometimes you can't just base it on just public appeal. Because the public wanted the Wilder versus Joshua. And that was money there. That was A side. But we didn't get it. Now, you could be A side, but we got it sealed. Now, if we look at it, now there's another variable, Derek. for A side, there's another variable. We can't just use that. We can't just come up and say, oh, they're both, that's A side. When you got 50-50, and so they're both A side, and everybody's talking about, oh, it's 50-50 fight and all this, and they're both A side. Now let's think. They're both A side, right? So who's the money go to now? It can't be just public personality or public opinion. It's going to have to be sponsorship, baby. I'm sorry. That's what I do for a living. I know. I do small scale marketing stuff. And you know, I've had companies that want to hire me and stuff, but I just don't want to work. I can't work, you know, for somebody like that, putting in all the hours. But I might do it for a little while, but they might put me on like part-time or something like that. I might work for somebody, but my hours got to change. I still want to do this. I still certain stuff I want to do. So it is what it is. I'm trying to put my expression out there so y'all understand it. Yeah. Derek said that Hagler probably should have left the Petronelli brothers, but he was loyal. But they did a lot of other stuff for him, though. I don't know. I didn't, to be honest, Derek, I was kind of like, the matchup for me with, I felt that way, man. I felt like, I don't know, man. I get feelings about stuff sometimes. I kind of felt like, you know, these guys don't seem like they right for him. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we wanted Bo versus Lewis. And that was kind of an A side, B side. Riddick Bowe was actually the A side. People think that Lewis might have been the A side. No, it wasn't. Riddick Bowe was definitely the A side because he had that appeal. He had the appeal, and plus he had like the story where, I mean, a lot of people say that he was quitting in the fight or that he didn't. But his recollection was different. That they just stopped the fight when it was in the amateurs. And believe me, it wasn't going to be the same, like an amateur fight, a professional fight with him and Lennox Lewis. I think Bo would have won. Bo would have won easy, and if he was stayed if he came in disciplined. I don't think because of his size, Lewis never fought a boxer like that. Because Bo had power in both hands too, though. He put your ass to sleep with either hand. Lewis had an uppercut. He had a right hand, but I don't think Bo was gonna fall for him holding him down with that hand. Yeah, Derek Beatty again. Ali Frazier. Frazier won was A side versus A side. Even though Ali got Frazier his first millions. Yep. And that's the case where it's A side versus A side. See, on that case, Derek, what you're saying, that is actually the 50-50. Now, if you want to look at a logical 50-50, that's 50-50. Because that was more public appeal. That was the powers in the race. That was the powers in the race that had to side with Frazier. The powers in the race, and you had the ones that wanted to fight the power and fight against racism was on Ali's side. I mean, I even heard that there's a singer named Diana Ross. I heard that she was just on her knees and just crying at Ali's feet in his dressing room or whatever. She just couldn't believe that he lost. A lot of people didn't believe that he lost. But he didn't lose the second one or the third, but by the time he fought Frazier for the second time, everybody was in love with Ali by then. Then it wasn't A side versus A side no more. At first it was A side versus A side. Then it was like more or less Ali was always A side. After that, Ali was always A versus B. Because they still had hate for Ali from the 60s. And they fought in the 70s, I think, right? They didn't fight in the 60s. I think they fought in the 70s. But they still had the hate for Ali. When he fought Frazier, they still had the hate for him. See. But Derek 100%, he's right on that one, though. He said at that point, I think Bo was the A side. Yeah, Bo was the A side. Yep. At that point, yeah, Bo was A side. But see, the thing about it, a lot of times we don't get these fights where we think it's A side. And I seen somebody reporting. Now this is somebody reporting that this is the biggest disappointment in boxing. Are you stupid or something? The biggest disappointment was when somebody turned down $50 million. That was the biggest disappointment in boxing. Matter of fact, Manny Pacquiao was a big disappointment the first time when he should have fought Floyd Mayweather the first time, right? How much did he turn down? Was it about 25 or something like that? It was a lot of damn money. You guys don't get me started. I see out there D-Ray. Oh, the other D-Ray here. The other Ray here. We had Ray Robinson here. Now we got D-Ray up in here. D-Ray promotion. He said, Bud got the bread. He said, Eagle. No, Bud ain't got no bread. He's feeding? He might be feeding some birds. Eagles don't really eat bread. But he might be feeding some birds some bread. But that's it. Yeah. Shit. Now, we just got to disclaiming that shit. We talked about it a lot longer than we should have, D-Ray, but we just got to disclaiming that shit. He's not the one with the money. I'm sorry. I know you love him, brother, but he's not the one with the money. Because if he was the one with the money, the fight would have been signed day one. 1 to 2 weeks after Earl fought Ugas, that shit we would have already known when and how this fight was happening. Right then and there, I'm telling you, brother, we would have known. We would have known if he got the money. That's what we was just talking about. Because sometimes you can have like an A side. But A side, that one A side takes over the other A side when you got sponsorship. When you got money and backing, then that's the A side. That's the negotiation side. Just like if you get in a car accident and you should get paid. It's A side, right? A, I'm getting paid. The lawyer is not the A side, he's the B side. Sometimes he could turn you into an A plus side, but sometimes he can fail. But you're A side, but who really counts when it comes to insurance versus you? Who really counts? Is that damn insurance company. Because they the one with the money. You the one want the money. Now you're going to have to twist some arms and get money. If you go to court, maybe. If you get to go to court. Most time they're going to try to block you from going to court. Because if you go to court and they know they got to pay in the first place, that jury is going to be the influencers. That's going to be your sponsorship, is that jury is going to be your sponsorship. It's like, oh shit, I got sponsors over here. I got the jury over here. The jury about to get me paid. You see what I mean? Yeah. But Derek Bailey put the big right down there. He said, right. And then D-Ray promotion right back. He said, Derek Bailey, by any means necessary. He said, Bud got that money. He got the cash. Derek Bailey said, should have been done before the Ugas fight, like De La Hoya used to do. Yeah. Ain't no need to count. Hey, get that shit done now. You know who's next. I mean, negotiations should have been up when he was fighting. At the same time he was fighting Ugas. You're right. Somebody dropped the ball on that. But like I said, man, at least I'm the only one. I'm not the only one, Derek, that can see that shit now. Because you and Sir Flame brought it up, and I didn't even make y'all bring it up. Y'all brought that shit up. Y'all brought it up. Y'all was like that management. Y'all was like, nah, he just don't know how to. He don't know what he doing. Something happened, but he don't know what he doing. Because if we going in on something, hey, what I just said, we going in on it. Simple as that. I'd have been like, brother, whatever we got to do to make this happen, let's make this happen, man. I said, I'd have been pleading. So for me, Derek, this is my plea to you. I'm like, Derek, yeah, we got to get this fight in, man, because we need to get this paper, baby. I said, look here, man. I said, don't. Hey, I said, yeah, you the champ, I'm the champ, man, but I know that, you got a little bit more on it than I got on it. Just don't short me too much. How about we just do this, man? Give me, how about we do, I'll start off like, I'd have been like 75, no, not 75. I'd have been like, 55-45, something like that. 55-45, that's fair. And of course you're going to go up. You're going to be like, okay, no, we want, no, not no 45-55. No, we'll do like 60. We can do 60-40. or 65-35. And I'd have been shaking your hand like, bet. Because I plan on winning. And when I win, I'm gonna take some of your people with me, not all of them. I might not still hit your status, but at least I'm starting to climb. You know what I mean? And the reason I'm not gonna hit your status is because I still don't have that sponsorship. The only way Bud can get the sponsorship like that is he has to beat Earl Spencer at least a couple of times. But there's other foes and stuff in the way though. There's other people in the way. So Bud, you got other stuff. You got other things you got to do. But Derek, right, that shit should have been done. Bud needed that $10 million check. He said the mail talked about. Yeah, you can't need that. They need that money. Fighters don't talk to each other anymore like back in the day, even helping the fighter get a payday. Well, they do, but it's only like a handful. Just like Wilder said, like when he brought up, he said, "Don't you ever disrespect me," to Tyson Fury. He said, "Don't ever disrespect me." He said, "I'm the one." He dragged you. I'm the one who dragged you back in the box and got you up out the gutter. See. But fighters used to be a little bit closer, even though they talk shit to each other. They would still be like, they understood there's a difference. Just like when I was talking to you about me and cars and family. But there's always a difference between the money business side and the relationship side. I don't care how much you hate me. We're going to make this 20 million. You can hate me if you want to, but that's 20 million. It's 20 million. That's money in my pocket. That's money for me to go do stuff. To hate. I mean, if I want to stay hateful, I'll be an idiot to stay hateful. I just don't. I can tell you that I don't like you, but we both got to get fed. We both got to get paid and both got to get fed. Whew. It just don't. It doesn't make sense when you don't have the backing. It don't make sense for you to try to be the one that's making all the money moves. Look, if you don't have the money, you can't make the money moves. But Derek, you're right though. But don't talking. I got Aaron Simpson up in here. Welcome to the chat. He says fighters need to get smart. He says streaming is the key now. Crawford, right? Showtime going down like HBO, ESPN. He says pays no money. Plus, you got to pay them next. Get rid of sanctioning bodies. Yeah. Well, we talk about that all the time. You got to get rid of the sanctioning bodies. They get paid 3%. Now, so the best case, since we talk about this enough, I'm gonna tell you what the best case is. So the best case for when it comes to sanctioning bodies, they're not going away because most of them been, some of them like the WBA been around since it was the NBA. So it's been around a long time. WBC's been around for a long time. So they're probably not going to go nowhere. But what makes sense is that you can, lower the fees. You can't, if you don't get rid of them, at least lower the fees or make the fees go into like an insurance fund for all the fighters. You got to do something with it. You can't just see. A lot of times because we don't like something, we just want to take it. And I get that, and I agree with it. I mean, I get it, I agree, but we got to think. Sometimes you got to think intellectually. You got to think intellectually. It's like, wait, hold on. If we try to take, it's just like Derek. If I come to your house and I'm looking all over your house, underneath your, underneath your bed, inside your mattress, and all in your closets, and looking for the safe and all that, and I just come in, and I just want to take something. Are you going to be resistant a little bit? Or are you going, oh yeah. Are you going to have your arms welcome? Like, come on, it's over here. Look over here. It's over here. I got some shit over here. Oh, yeah, I got plenty of cash up there. Look, behind that. Behind that picture, there's a lot of, yeah. Aaron Simpson, I'm an expert on boxing. He said to do nothing but say thanks for holding our belt, taking money from the fighters. Yeah, but it's just not going to happen. Expert, it's not going to happen. Even if you're an expert, that shit ain't going to happen. But Derek makes it right that Aaron Simpson sanctioning fees need to go. Yes, but you can't just take shit though. But that's what y'all trying. See, y'all gangsters, man. But D-Ray, you're right. We talked about these. Said somebody dropped the bag. Yeah, somebody dropped the damn bag. Somebody dropped the bag. It's not costing us money. But see, the thing is, it does cost us money because I always say if the fighters make money, you guys want to demand how much money they make. What you're doing is demanding that you pay more with your stupid ass. I don't care. Y'all can fight for $1.50. That way, pay-per-view will be a dime for everybody. I don't care. But my points, what I was making, is that you're not going to just be able to strip these organizations, these sanctions. You're not going to just strip them and get rid of them like that, especially something like WBC. Because WBC is doing a lot of things with that WBC. And I'm not going to get into it one way or another, whether it's be deception or whatever. That WBC, think about it. Franchise champion, super. Come on, think about it. You think they gonna just give up their organization just because we say? No. Either that organization has to do more, or it has to take less. Let's not just always. Let's think intellectually, man. You can't just erase stuff all the time. We can't just erase it. It's like what we talked about earlier when we was talking about A side. When you talk about, so Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler, that's A side. What kind of an A side? It's not. Marvin Hagler was never anybody's B side. But when you don't have that sponsorship, because you got to realize that Sugar Ray Leonard, a lot of these fighters, even Deontay Wilder, on the low key, what you don't understand is he had that flag behind him. Doesn't matter. USA bronze. You got the flag behind you. De La Hoya had the flag behind him. Even Little Floyd had the flag, but at the same time, Floyd had a lot of things against him. At the same time, Sugar Ray Leonard had that flag behind him. George Foreman had that flag behind him. Even Ali had the flag behind him and then burnt the flag once he changed his name and went to the evil side, so to speak. You understand? Yep. Yep. Aaron says again, he said 3 belts, 9% Earl's purse. They not fighting belts, not important no more in this era. All these bodies do is hold up fights, get smart fighters. Yeah, well, we could do that. I mean, with all the thing is with the most poignant thing that you said is when you start talking about the streaming and all that type of stuff. Because if you got people coming from the outside, so you got people coming from the outside, right? So you got people, they coming from the outside. And if you're coming from the outside, guess what? And you're taking over something that you shouldn't be taking over. I need to look at what you did in order to come over and take over to what I'm doing. Maybe I need to do a little bit more of that. But that's one, like I said, that's a good point on that one. There's a great point on that. But I would rather have my backing, financial backing, and the people backing me, the true people that's backing me. Because these fans, they can get tired of anything quick. Nah, I don't want to watch it. They can get tired, man. Those type of fans are weird. Those are the pencil pushers, but on a different level. And when I say a different level, I'm not putting them up. I'm not putting their standard up, like making them high on something. You know what I mean? Like, let me put them up here because they're great. F that. They're not. Yeah. But D-Ray Promotions, I missed that part. He said college players get paid. He said, why not to support? Well, they just started that though, and I don't know if that's all over the NCAA right now, right? D-Ray said, "Do you want me to open the books for the fighters?" No, I don't care. They can keep the books closed. I don't give a shit. All I'm going by what I can physically see. If you got a big name like Earl Spence, you got big names behind you. You got Jerry Jones, running his mouth for you and stuff like that. Then you got backing just in that alone. Now you done took a football. You got a football crowd now. Now you got. They just gave you a football crowd. Dallas football players, all of them, they love Earl Spence. The Mavericks, even everybody in Texas, Spurs, they love them. You can't come from a small little state and stuff, and if you're not doing something to push yourself, you can't. I don't care how popular you are, you ain't gonna do it. Who was it? Virgil Hill. It took a long time when was his first loss as a fighter? When was his first loss? But where he came from, he was real popular. People loved him, but guess what? He still never got that kind of backing. Why? But I don't give a shit. Aaron Simpson down there with the True. He said YouTubers making more. Yeah, you got YouTubers coming in and making all kinds of money. D-Ray Promoter said Holmes Foreman. Who would have won? It would have been a good ass fight. It depends if it was 15 rounders or not. If it was 15 rounds, maybe Holmes. See, but the difference between if you're looking at Holmes in his prime and Foreman in his prime, Holmes would like outbox him. But I don't know how Holmes would recover from Foreman's. Like, I don't know how he would recover from like multiple knockdowns. Maybe a knockdown or two, but not multiple knockdowns. And then Holmes was a whole different beast. But then again, one thing about Holmes could come back. Because he got blasted out by, I think it was Shavers and got back up. So it's like, so he could take like some monster shots. So that it depends. It all depends on it. On any given day, either one of them could beat the other one. But good question though. But Derek Bay said Holmes at D-Ray. Get rid of these promoters. Yeah, go to streaming. Yeah. Holmes most underrated champion. Holmes is one of the most underrated champions. I'm not going to say the most underrated, but one of the most underrated, for sure. 100% for sure on that. Because you got to realize that Marvin Hagler started off as being way underrated. And still, even ended his career, he was still kind of underrated. And was probably the best middleweight ever. Arguably. One of them. Yeah, DB, maybe 70. He said 70, 80. Yes, 90s. No. Shavers killed Holmes for a few seconds. Ronaldo Snipes dropped to him bad also. But he was beating up Ronaldo Snipes, though. That's the difference in whatever happened to Ronaldo Snipes, though. He was a jittery boxer, wasn't he? He was awkward and jittery. He's a jittery boxer. A lot of these jittery boxers, they don't last. You got to have something else with your jitteriness. You can't just be jittery, and awkward. You can't just be jittery and awkward. You got to bring something else to the table besides just the jitterbug or whatever they call it. Yeah, you can't just be that. But good questions though, and good points though. Very good points. Holmes would say that he would win. Foreman would probably be gracious. I don't know. It depends on how grumpy Foreman is. If he's not grumpy, he would probably say, "Oh yeah, Holmes would probably outbox me." But if he's cocky, he'll say, "I probably would have knocked him out." He would probably tell you he would have knocked him out in like 7 or something like that. It all depends what Foreman you get. Foreman's mean. He's a mean guy. All that smiling and eating cheeseburger shit nah. D-Ray said Bud underrated, but Bud is overrated. No, Bud's pocketbook. Bud's pocket is his. Hey, Derek, tell me if you agree, Derek, that Bud's negotiation skills is overrated. That's all I can say. His negotiation skills are overrated. But we're gonna see some crumblings. Yeah, he got up just like Tyson Fury. Yeah. Holmes. But But most time, if I'm telling you, if Shavers put your ass down, you probably wouldn't. If with the kind of shot that he hit Holmes with, you ain't getting up from that shit. Most people ain't getting up. That's like too much. That's too much of a. That's too much. He like split you in half. Yep. I've heard a lot of people talk about his shots. I've heard a lot of people talk about, I was happy I never got hit by him. But yeah, people used to talk about it. That lot, they still say that. Even Foreman tell you, he said that Shaver's probably the hardest hitter in boxing history. He's the hardest puncher in boxing history. Even Ali said he hit hard. He said he hit hard. So that man that man's on a different level when it comes to hitting. So it depends on your sustainability if you could take shots like that. Because some people can take big shots. Like, the thing about it, if like Foreman hit real hard, a lot of this is the gist of it, is that a lot of times people can hit so hard that it doesn't knock you out. It's just too hard to even knock. I don't know. That sounds crazy, but they hit too hard to even knock you out sometimes. It's like they hit you with a glancing blow. Like Foreman, a lot of times used to like you'll block some of his shot and then you still go down. That's how hard some of these fighters hit so hard that it's like when they miss you, that's when you go out. When they hit you flush, it probably knocks you out and back in at the same time. It's like when I got in this accident and they had this thing, it's called a mule. I don't know how much it weighs, maybe a ton, couple tons or whatever, but it's small and compact. The brakes went out on it and ran over my toes. And my toes probably busted. But my toe hurt so bad that my body couldn't register the pain for a day or two. It was it's like no, because your body's like, oh, can't no shit happen like that. There ain't no way that I'm gonna send that kind of a pain signal to your brain. There's no way. And my body refused to send it. I was like, oh shit, I don't feel bad. But that next day, man, it felt like somebody took a sledgehammer on one, like when you go to the fair and you got to hit that little thing to make that other little thing go up and hit the bell. Man, it felt like somebody hit me with one of those, but except for not made out of that hard rubber, but made out of steel. That's what it felt like. I felt like somebody just went, okay, let me see how far I can make this. Let me see if I can make the blood go to his brain. That shit hurt so bad, man. I was just like blown. I was like tapping my foot, blowing like, I was on painkillers. Painkillers wasn't really doing nothing. I was just like, I was like, wow. I said, that's too much, man. Yeah. And right back. Okay. He said, Webb. He said, be real. Crawford didn't want to get beat up like that, even if he won. He said no. I don't know that on that side of it. I'm not gonna say either. I'm not gonna throw these fighters away or underneath the furniture or anything like that. I'm gonna say that all fighters want to fight each other. There's some fighters that are suspect for sure. Lomachenko has shown suspect capabilities in his life. Ryan Garcia is showing suspect capabilities in his life. So a lot of fighters have shown to have a little bit of suspect in their system. It's not like their system is completely flushed. There's nobody laying out there like this. No, I'm completely clean of suspect, of being a suspect, of ducking or hiding or whatever. They'll find a way to either unnegotiate their way or negotiate their way out of shit. So I'm just saying. So I'm not going to like really. So this is not, I didn't put this up there for everybody to jump on it. And, because this was only supposed to be like 5 minutes of our whole discussion. We'll talk about some other boxing aspects like Wednesday. We'll talk about probably Wednesday and Friday. We'll talk about the upcoming fights and stuff like that. But yeah, that's why I said, what's up? That's why I put only 5 minutes of what's up. Then is neck. When we say neck in here, that means then we're done with it. So don't get your neck chopped in here, trying to discuss certain things. But I put this up for grabs because we usually don't even talk about it. But the reason I like our discussion is because our discussion is not specifically, even what D-Ray keeps throwing Bud back up in there, but our discussion is not just pinpoint Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. As you guys are kind of everywhere, which I like it when you guys go more places with it. It makes for a better discussion when we get to talk about other sides of it. If we just stick on one thing, it's hard. That's right. Jab that like button before you push the live in here too. Said jab that like button. Right. Yep. But there's points. Bud's power is underrated. I don't think his power is underrated. I think everybody know Bud got power. I don't think his power is actually underrated. I think that his chin might be overrated. I'll just throw that out there right there. I think his chin might be overrated. I'm just telling you. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. But Shaver said Lyle could crack also. He said that was the hardest he ever been hit. Oh yeah, Lyle can hit. You're talking about in boxing. If you're talking about boxing heavyweight history, you probably named two of the top 5 heaviest punchers in boxing histories right there. Shavers and Lyles. They're in the top 5, man. When it comes to hitting hard in boxing, they in the top 5. George Foreman is up there. Deontay Wilder's right there. Deontay Wilder might be one when it comes to like clean, powerful shots. You know what I'm saying? But just hitting you with just like every shot, I think George Foreman got everybody beat. George Foreman could hurt you with this anything he threw though. Left uppercut, overhand, and let's not forget his rabbit punch, his back shots that he made real popular when he came back. George with the oh, he had more people going like this. Oh, I think it's spinal. And there again, a lot of people coming back. Oh, ref, I think it's a spinal shot. George Foreman came back with them spinal shots on your ass. When George came back with them spinal shots, it was over with. Yep. Yeah. He said, what'd you say? Is that the internet? What are you writing? He said Bud worth more fire pocket. He said watch on time. You know what? Stop, D-Ray. Because we all know it's sponsorship, brother. Okay, just start right now. He said we're smoking Joe. Smoking Joe. Oh, Smoking Joe. You don't want to see Smoking Joe. Where's my smoking at? Pouring water on the smoking. Okay, I just had to throw smoking up there right there because you said smoke, so I just wanted to show smoke. Shout out to Smoke. Smoking Joe Frazier's. Yeah. Aaron Simpson again, he said Bud great, but Earl is a scary fighter. Not a Hearns one punch guy, but you may never fight again. Yeah. Errol Spence just beats the stuffing bag out of you. Like the heavy bag, he just beats you like a heavy bag. That's how he wins. He just beats you like a heavy bag and you got to stop him. That's the whole thing is you have to stop Earl from beating up on you. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Oh, you get skill set and this and that. And I don't care. You got to stop him from beating up on you. I don't care how skilled you are, but you got to stop this man from beating up on you. You just got to stop him. See, Ali was different because George Foreman was the type that you got to stop George Foreman. When he was in his prime, you had to stop him from beating up on you. Ali never let him beat up on him. He used all of his advantages against him. Now, Bud could do something like that. You could beat Earl if you could just take all that punishment and then talk to him like, all your punches, you punch like a girl. If you could talk to Earl like that and mean it, but you might be saying, oh, you punch like a girl, and then the next shot breaks one of your ribs. Oh, you punch like a girl. See, you might end up like that. You punch like a girl. Crack. Oh, you punch like a girl. But you can't, when you can't get the words out, he know you're lying. You got to tell the truth. But Derek Bates said, right, Aaron Simpson, yeah? But Derek Bates said, you need to be in a medically induced coma to deal with that kind of pain. Hell yeah. I was in so much pain, bro. Like I said, when the pain don't even register first, whoo. Yeah. When the pain can't even come, yeah, the pain say, wait a minute, that's too much. I come back tomorrow when I get down to a level 10. Derek said they got some quit in them, yeah. You got that quit in it. I said, look at Spence fights, they end up running or just holding their hands up trying to take the pain. Hey, what do we call that, Derek, when you just hold your hands up trying to take the pain? Tell Aaron Simpson what that is. What's that called in Eagles Web? We got a name for that little posture. Matter of fact, we got two names for that posture. For 5 points in Eagles Web trivia, who knows the name of what it is? What do we call when you hold your hands up and try to take the punishment like Aaron Simpson just put up there? He said true. He said, yo, Webb. But anyway, Derek Bates said right. He said Foreman would hit anything. Yeah, Foreman hit you in the back of your back, your neck, hit you in your hip. Them hip shots was a move. Aaron just said truth. Truth is, Webb, these promoters don't have the money. A lot of them don't. The promoters don't. Or you know what, Aaron, I'm gonna tell you something. They either have the money or they not bitch assness. What do we call it? Come on, Derek. So we got 3 now. So this is the third. What do they call, Derek, when you hold your hands up taking that ass whooping? What's it called? Classic. I'll give you the fight that we named it. It was okay. So Spence versus Mikey. So now that gave you the clue of what it is. Aaron Simpson said, "Yo," he said, "You tell the truth, Webb." I said, "Truth." Yeah, but they don't. A lot of them don't have it. Or like I said, like when it comes to, like I said, when it comes to Snake Hearns is just effing off people's money and talking shit like he got it like that. It's like, dude, you effing off somebody's money. I wish I would be a company like that. See, but what he don't understand is he tricking off the money. But what he don't understand is that DAZN has money. And even what he does, they just write that shit off. You know what I mean? Derek said, I just watched Ali versus Bonavita, and Bundini Brown was calling Bonavita a punching bag. Oh, yeah. Bundini Brown wasn't no joke. He a punching bag, champ. He too ugly to be in there. Keep beating his ass, champ. Because he could cuss and say anything he wanted to over in that round. Whoop the ugly off of him, champ. Then, yeah, old Bundini was talking, yeah. But Derek Bates with the bitch assness, no. But you not telling the truth. What am I not telling the truth on? He said, but you not telling the truth on the truth. I'm just keeping it at a certain level. I don't like to get political and I don't like to go too deep on stuff. We like to talk in here we talk about stuff on a certain level. We don't go too far. Every once in a while you'll see us and we'll get out of character and we might stay out of character for a while. But most time we try to keep it, like I said, the laughter has not been too huge today. Sometimes all you see in here is laughter. So sometimes we try to keep it on a good level because we don't, I mean, this is these people's livelihood and stuff that we get to make fun of. But the thing about it is I do get to make fun of you. And the reason I get to make fun of you is because this is my forum. This is what I do. You know what I mean? You are on the boxing side, so you got to take care of your side. I'm on the talking shit side, so I got to take care of my side, which is talking shit about you if you're full of bitch assness. And there's it, bitch assness. Yeah, shrimp, yeah. He in shrimp mode. Yeah, shrimp. He in shrimp mode. So we call it shrimp mold. Or we say Mikey. That's called the Mikey. That's called the EJ Mikey defense. That's called the EJ Mikey defense, where you just fold up like a shrimp and take your ass whooping. Yep. Bud knows he could end up. That's why he won so much with no pay-per-view numbers. Yeah, see, and that's the whole point, though. That's the point that we've been trying to make on Derek. We try to make the point that you just don't have the numbers. You don't have the sponsorship. You don't have the numbers. Just take that Just take that money. You're not scared. You went to the ocean looking for Earl and all that, but you realize that, hey, you're going to take a beating. Even if you win, you taking a beating. Anybody to fight Earl is taking a beating. They talk shit afterwards, act like Earl ain't nothing. Like Danny Garcia, he don't want no more of Earl Spence. He'll talk shit like, oh, I was too light. My weight, at a higher weight, I'll do better. No, you barely got paid. Your fight that you just had wasn't that impressive. You couldn't even knock out Benavidez. Shut your ass up, Danny. Just shut your ass up. Earl beats the shit out y'all. And y'all know it. Just like Sean. He don't want to say, oh, well, Earl's stronger. Earl's a middle. Then everybody, he's welterweight, but everybody want to call him a middle. He's a middleweight and this and that. He fought you at 147. He didn't fight you at no damn middleweight. Stop it. I know Earl hit like a heavyweight, but sometimes you got to take it. You signed up for boxing. You didn't sign up for being a bitch ass. You signed up for whatever you signed up for, and you became a championship, and you got up in that elite category. You signed up for whatever comes with it. So if somebody punches hard or somebody's fast, that's what you signed up for. That's what your ass signed up for. He's a middleweight. Ain't nobody want to hear nothing about somebody being a middleweight. Get your ass out there and fight. Because back in the day, what they do, Derek, they throw your ass out there. The seconds wasn't there to save you. They was in there to get paid. I need to get paid. Get your ass in there and fight. Ain't nobody trying to stop you. Ain't nobody trying to stop the fight or tell the ref, oh, stop the fight. He's cut. Stop the fight. My fighter's rocked. He can't go on. No. You messing up our money. It's wild, the one punch knockout like Tommy punishment. Yeah. You know what? I don't know. Maybe I'd like to. I don't want the after effects, but I'd probably rather take a one punch knockout than to take a battering. We talked about this before in here, Aaron. Is that when you take a body beating like that, you can't recover from your organs getting beat. Your organs are not supposed to get beat up on like that. You're not supposed to get hit in the head, but your organs ain't supposed to take a beating like that. You're talking about you're hitting somebody, you are crushing somebody's liver, spleen, lungs, kidneys, everything that's internal, even organs that they don't even tell you that you have. You got organs that's in between the joints and stuff. They found that there's an organ that's the biggest organ in your body. I forget the name of it, but it's all in between your joints and all that. But you getting all that beat up. All that shit's just getting damaged. Your liver turning into mush. Your stomach, you're not gonna eat the same that same day. Hit you so hard that your esophagus hurt. You getting your ass whooped. DJ D-Ray Promotions. I don't know. I think that's the headphones. He got the glove up good. Yeah, but Aaron Simpson again. Aaron's silly. Aaron said torture fighting Earl. He says torture. We said when you fighting Earl, it's like that's what it is. You sitting there just getting tortured. They know that. Even Ugas know. Ugas know. Because I wanted to stop the Ugas fight. I ain't lying. I was standing up. I wanted to stop the Ugas fight. When you start hearing those punches, like when it was getting late in the rounds, you start hearing what Earl was doing to him. You're like, no, stop that shit, man. You ain't gonna come back and win. No, stop that. I don't care what you land. Derek said that's why all of this is strange. He said, how could you apply? No one ever heard to come up with a 10 million guarantee to a guy who won't promote and can't sell. Like I said, brother, there's always there's always two sides, man. Like I said, you got the A. That's why they talk about the A. Sometimes you can have an AA, and you might want to call this AA. But if you got one side with no promotional skills or nothing, no negotiation skill, think about it. You got to take all the negatives, the negatives. No negotiation skills, no selling skills. None of that. You got to start taking away. It's like, man, You can't just take it can't be 50-50, brother. I'm sorry. Derek said, how do you recoup? I don't know, brother. I don't know how you recoup. I call light heavy. He said eagle. Jim's. Yeah, D-Ray. No, I'm just. But D-Ray, y'all know how I put it out there. Aaron said, I wish I could promote these guys. But you guys already know how I put this out there, man. You guys know that. See, and he's right to a sense. Aaron is right. Because I do not. I don't crucify you unless that's what you deserve. Because I got to be able to pot shot you every once in a while. I got to be able to like, ha, 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 and then get you in another fight like another date. I don't want to KO you. Shit, we talked about Tyson Fury for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It depends on the fighter. Like if you come in mouthpiecing and saying too much, I'll do a whole show on just you. I'll put a nothing but highlights of you getting your ass whooped. You know, that's what we'll just look at. We'll look at highlights of you getting your ass whooped. Just like Kell Brook put up highlights of him getting his ass whooped when he fought Earl. Like, oh, it was close. No, it wasn't close. Because I'll do the breakdown again. I'll show you that damn near everything that Kell Brook was throwing was all apologetic. Like, oh, I don't mean to throw this, but I have to keep you from killing me. But Derek Bay said, look at Henry Armstrong, who defended 3 belts at the same time. Said it's when it was only 8 weight classes and no excuses were made. He was always undersized, 100%. That's it, always. So people got to stop that. It's just some people, like I mentioned, Derek, before. I got to go back and mention this. It's just some people are just capable of whooping your ass, but you signed up and you made it to that level. So you can't just, oh, I'm gonna get him, and that's what Canelo's trying to do. That's what Canelo's doing. Because he thought, oh, you know, the white guy, Bivol, I can get him. And Bivol threw a 20-something piece at him. Like, you got your ass whooped. The reason you got pieced up like that because you can't whoop everybody. But you signed the paperwork. You the one signed up. Oh, yeah, But you signed up and you start running your mouth. So, see, that's the whole point. If you can sell tickets and you can get behind a great promotion. You can sell tickets. You can get numbers and all that. By just being genuine and being yourself. You don't have to try to be somebody different because so when you turn into something else, now you make those people that back you up, you make them turn into something else. Now you make your fans turn into fanboys and fangirls. Now they sound like you. Oh, at least he moved up, even in announcers and shit. You got commentators on old media. Oh, well, he tried to prove to be great and moved up. If he would have won, he beat one. Didn't he beat a light heavyweight? He beat Kovalev, and everybody was like all happy. Then he gets up to Bivol. Oh, he tried to be great. Now you're with the bullshit. You with the bullshit laughter and all that. Get your dumb ass out of here with that. Because, you know, that's the only time that I will really fry you when you start doing that type of shit. If you keep it on a level, then Eagle keep it on a level. If you come with some bullshit, we going to get you. You already know we going to come back and get you. That's one thing because we don't play in here like that. We don't play like other people play and they statistically and talking about all this and that. And we don't talk about the paperwork all the time. This fight, we ain't trying to do no fight comparison. We talk about you getting your ass whooped now. Derek said Ali would do it, yeah. Ali used to take a beating and come out fighting though. Best fighter fights, yeah. Yeah. He said, yeah, belts. For what? Four belts for what? That's right. There you go, there. D-Ray said Henry Armstrong was the king. Yeah. Look at Aaron still putting out that stream. He said, stream. Get there. That's how you do it. But Derek said they couldn't break even on Bud versus Porter. And you holler about some money. You better try to fight for whatever you can fight for. D-Ray Promotion said fisherman. Yeah. Aaron Simpson right again. He said democracy went away. Anything possible, they make it more money. There you go. And we talked about that in here before too. The exhibition. But what I say about that, Derek? Did you letting exhibition fighters make more than y'all making? Y'all just be a damn shame of yourself. We talked about that. How these fighters need to be ashamed that exhibition fighters are making more than them, and they still talking shit. You need to shut your ass up If you letting exhibition fighters make more than you need to shut up, because it wouldn't have happened in no other era that exhibition fighters was making more than regular fighters. Yep. D-Ray with the fight of the year. Yeah. And then Derek again, he said right at Aaron. Yeah, we talked about that though, Derek. How many times we talked about that shit? Yeah. I think Canelo really thought he had a cherry pick against Bivol. Yeah, got that ass whoop. That bag drill said differently. Yeah. Yeah. But Bivol put that bag drill on his ass. They showed him, hey, you don't belong up here with me. The check cleared for Kovalev. Yeah. Kovalev was thinking about that check. Bivol said he doesn't want to waste time on a rematch with Canelo. Yeah, that's what he be doing, wasting time. The mob went away, so the mob of boxing can go down. We the people gotta beat Rico. Yeah, we gotta be the ones. A lot of good points today. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Hey, Derek, y'all not gonna hold me hostage today, man. Y'all try to keep Eagle in here all day, man. I should have been gone. Got too much other stuff to do. But yeah, it's a fun discussion, man. I liked it, man. Shit, y'all had my eye a little. You had this eye out here watering a little bit with the little stupid comments and the little funny. You guys, little your analysis of boxing is funny, but a lot of the stuff like Aaron comes in here. Salute to Aaron coming in here for the first time he came in. But salute to you guys coming in and just having fun with it but being honest and just saying what you feel, because we all feel this way. We all feel that. Promotions need to go away. We all feel that the sanctioning bodies need to go away. The whole aspect of these fighters, exhibitions just taking over and shit, and Floyd being the face of it with the pause. He's the face of it with the pause. He's still making just as much or more than the pause are making. But I don't even want to get into that. But it's almost like, instead of helping boxing, the sport that did all that for you, it's like he's almost against boxing. I don't even want to get into it too deep. You know what I mean? Yep. D-Ray promotes say Wilder, Jake Paul. Yeah, go ahead. Eagle, remember when we said we should make a YouTube promotional company and make fights? Yeah. Hey, y'all thought I was? Hey, I might have been messing around back there. You see what I mean? We was messing around, Derek, but hey, you see it. Everything I said in the past, man, is starting to come to fruition now. But Derek said, Eagle, he said, remember when we said make a YouTube promotion company back and make fights? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Aaron Simpson said, no disrespect, my homie. He said, even if it don't work, he said, Crawford money make Paul brothers have changed things. Yeah. Shit, they wouldn't be bad for Bud. Maybe Bud should have pursued them. They goofy. I mean, he could fit in with them. But anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is. It's Monday, man. Nothing but blessings, man. Y'all know how we doing Eagles Web Boxing, brothers and sisters, all you people out there. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. We'll get back at it. Maybe we'll get into it a little bit more on next, but we want to talk about the fights that's coming up, and just our thoughts. I don't know. I try not to have too much information given y'all to what we're gonna do. Yeah, hell yeah, they made Serrano a millionaire. Yeah, true. Damn. That's what makes. I'm gonna just say this before we completely get out of here, even though I saluted y'all out. Is that you guys are making too much sense, man. Because if you think about this, they done bought money to even people like Serrano and stuff like that. They bought her money. And you can't think on your own, and people in here talking about it, you can't think on your own to go get some of that money? Damn. I hate to say, hey. Sometimes you don't want to say certain stuff. I know snails are slow, turtles are slow. I'm not trying to determine which one is slower, but god dang. Sometimes it's time for your ass just not to be so effing slow. That's all I can say. Yes, you can. History tells you a history is written, but who he said won the war. No, I don't. We don't. The only history I go by the oration that was given to me by my family and stuff like that. Some oral traditions. If somebody was around, story was passed down to them, because stories. When you start talking about history, history is only as accurate as the historian or the person who's telling the story. That's why it's his story. His story might be a complete lie. And if I become a doctor of his lie, I become a doctor of lies, right? Because you got even if you look at that whole term doctors, when you look at if you look at hypocrisy, and you look at the Hippocratic oath and all that, think about why am I doing so? Why is this Hippocratic? I'm calling myself a doctor. It shouldn't be Hippocratic, right? That's just something for you to think about and look and see where Hippocrates, in the first place, where did he get his knowledge from? And why did he ignore the knowledge? It's like we're doing now. That's why we got alternative medicine. You're talking to somebody who went to med school. So we're saying alternative medicine versus what? What they call our practical medicine today? What? It shouldn't be alternative. It should have been always traditional. Our stuff has always been traditional, brother. I just finished my tradition right here. I said the flag is streaming. You got to pay less people. Yeah, that's it. All right. D-Ray with the sign up there. Okay. I'm going to catch y'all, man. Deuce.